Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Show, and let's go ahead and talk about the fourth practice of training camp. So without any hesitation, let's get it started. So first off, let's talk about roster moves we made yesterday. We waived linebacker Javin White to make room for Quan Alexander, who did sign his contract yesterday, and Quan Alexander is going to be wearing number 9 with the New York Jets. But that's all the roster moves we made yesterday. And now let's go ahead and talk about the fourth practice of training camp, starting off with our daily Zach Wilson update. It's definitely a quiet day for the quarterback. I didn't really see his name mentioned a whole lot today. He did throw a pick 6 to DJ Reed, but also had a really beautiful touchdown pass to Jeff Smith in the back of the end zone, where Connor Hughes says it was one of his more beautifully placed balls so far in camp. And he also did have 2 touchdowns to Jeff Smith and Tyler Conklin from 5 yards out while they were running red zone drills. He also had a really nice thrown ball to Garrett Wilson towards the beginning of practice, but other than that, didn't really see his name mentioned a whole lot. Carl Lawson finally got himself some action, got a sack on Zach Wilson today, or a would-be sack. You know, he did scramble, so who knows if it was actually a sack, but beat reporters calling it a sack, so I'm also going to call it a sack. And it's good to see Carl Lawson finally getting some action, but what is interesting is Connor McDermott replaced Chuma Edoga today on the line, according to the new beat reporter on The Athletic. And Carl Lawson got to the quarterback today, but then Connor Hughes tweeted out that Carl Lawson beat Chuma Edoga, so I'm honestly really confused, so you can believe what you want. But I mean, if Connor Hughes says he beat Chuma Edoga, I'm going to assume he saw the play, saw Chuma Edoga's number, and was like, okay, he beat Chuma Edoga. So who knows if, you know, Connor McDermott filling in was really a long-term thing. Maybe he was just in for a couple plays. But either way, Carl Lawson got himself a sack today. Jacob Martin also beat Mekhi Becton for a sack on Zach Wilson. And John Franklin Myers also had a sack today as well. But don't really look too much into sacks when pads aren't on, because the defensive line does have an advantage over the offensive line when pads aren't on. But one person who had a really good practice today was backup quarterback Joe Flacco, who was just balling today. He threw beautiful passes to Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, had a really long touchdown pass to Rashad Davis, and just a beautiful, beautiful ball to Corey Davis. And this is 2 days in a row where Joe Flacco is just throwing some absolute beauties. So why Joe Flacco is just balling out in practice, we have no idea, but that means they're hopefully going to have a good backup quarterback this season. So I'm not going to be complaining about that. So now let's go ahead and give our injury update. So Quentin Williams was hit in the throat during practice. I mean, he walked off the practice with the trainer, and everyone was like, oh my God, what's going on with Quentin Williams? Did he hurt his knee or something? No, he just got hit in the throat. He's probably going to be back in practice very, very soon. I highly doubt the injury is major. George Fant was still working with the trainers on the side, but Braxton Berrios was in fact back. So that's all that happened in the 4th day of training camp. Connor Hughes did give some of his camp standouts, and I do want to talk about the list. I mean, 6 players are on the list: Breece Hall, Jacob Martin, Bryce Huff, Quentin Williams, DJ Reed, and Sauce Gardner. Interesting thing about the list, only one offensive player, and that is Breece Hall. And there's 4 newcomers on this list. The only 2 returning players on this list were Quentin Williams and Bryce Huff. But it really looks like that the Jets are going to have good depth at the edge of this year. Quentin Williams hopefully is going to be a stud. DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner are going to be complete lockdown. And Breece Hall hopefully is going to win Rookie of the Year. But that's all that happened in today's training camp. Do you guys agree, or I don't know, agree, but what are your thoughts on what happened today in training camp? Comment them down below. Hit the subscribe and like button if you enjoyed today's video. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at @Jets for more content. You can also check me out on Let's Talk Sports, writing articles for them, appearing on some of the Jets shows, and I'm the host of their TikTok channel. So if you guys are interested in checking them out, their Facebook page is linked down below. And I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. Peace.